Okay, in this video we're going to learn how you can format your data sheets to basically, just basic formatting that we've kind of learned before with Excel and Word. So it's not too hard, but knowing that you can do it for a table. And the idea here is that you would format it because you would want to print out your data in your table. Now, I will tell you this is not something that's done all that often in the workplace, because eventually what you would do is learn how to create reports, and reports would be formatted nicely. But this is a nice thing to know because you may not get to that level of knowledge with Access. So this way you could just have tables and basically use those tables and print out by filtering your data what you want, and then you could print out those tables and make them look nice. So we want to click on the Select All button, and remember that the Select All button here is the upper left corner of our table, right? And on the Home tab, we see that we have this whole area here for text formatting. Now, a lot of this is stuff that we already know. We know how to change our font size to 10. We know how to make our font be whatever we want. So I'm going to go with Radana, so I typed in V to get down there. Notice that when you do this, though, that our best fit some things aren't fitting, right? My phone number is not fitting. So remember that I can go, I can double click here, and this will fit my data. And I'm pretty sure that that's the same as going to More and going to Field Width and picking Best Fit here, right? That's the other way that you could do that. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to actually alter the row height. So this is getting into a little of our Excel knowledge, right? But it's finding it that's difficult. Now, you should know that you could pull open the row height here if you were doing this in the real world and you didn't need to set it at a particular height, that you could pull out your row height this way. But for the book, what you're going to need to do is go to More and go to Row Height, okay, and actually type in that you wanted a set size of, say, 16, and click OK. Okay, so now it made it a size 16, which I had already pulled it slightly higher than 16. The other thing you can do is you can actually hide fields. So think about it. Our teacher ID field is our primary key field. That's not something that anybody else needs to know. That's really just here for our database, right? So we don't want them to actually see this. So on the Home tab in the Records group, we go to More and we can pick Hide Fields. And what it will do is it'll hide the current field that I'm sitting on, which is my teacher ID field. Okay, so that's now hidden. All right, a couple other things. We want to do a little more fancy formatting here. So here's my text formatting group. I'm going to click on this dialog box launcher, which gets me to my data sheet formatting. Okay, and in here I see that I have different effects that I can give my cells. I can give it a raised look, which will just, you can see the sample down here, right? Kind of gives it a raised look. Sunken basically means it looks like you're trying to type data in. Raised is usually used for like a button that you're going to click on. But in this case, we'll go with raised just to see what it looks like. And then for our background color, you can set a background color. We're going to go with automatic. Okay, and then we're going to give it an alternate background color. And since it's fall, let's go with orange, and we'll do an accent on it. Accent to lighter 60%, which I believe is this one. Yep. Okay, so every other row, every alternate row is going to be this orange. And then you can also change the grid line color. Okay, and so let's go with a gold color here. Gold accent for darker 25%, which I believe is this one. Okay, so that's going to be our grid line colors. And then everything else here is fine. Okay, so we're going to click OK. So now you can see how you simply sort of formatted your data sheet to look a little bit nicer. Okay, and that's all this video is about. Pretty easy formatting.